Hi, my name is Bill Fluharty and I'm from the Keller Futures Center, and I'd like to give you a quick update on week 2 of our project on the future of career services. In the last week, we focused on understanding the broader context of career services and the needs of the community and tried to understand our design space. We also made a lot more progress on our career journey map, which is behind me, which is essentially a visual story about how people navigate the journey from, number one, understanding who they are and what they want to be when they grow up, to getting the training and education that prepares them for the right job that's going to fit within their life goals and dreams. The other thing that we made progress on is starting to understand the overall world of career services and starting to understand from the context research we did different ways to describe the kinds of services that the community does offer to people who are on this journey. We also looked at future trends, global trends as well as regional trends that we thought might impact this topic. From that, we were able to develop impact statements that are going to allow us to move our perception of the time horizon for the solutions that we create in a couple of weeks. A key element of the Future Center process is to bring in experts from the design and development industry along the way to help us learn new tools and techniques to improve the quality of our results in the end. As an example, because we're using the user-centered innovation or design process, it's important that as we develop our own hypothesis statements about where innovation can happen in the career services model, we need to go out and talk to people within the community to understand what their unmet needs are. So to help us with that, I'd like to introduce Susan Kennedy, who is an independent consultant focused on design research and user-centered research.
So today I came in and worked with the team to understand what is research and why it's important. And we went through a core research 101, just what do you do, why do you do it? And one of the key things within this project is really understanding who you're designing solutions for. We really focused on design research and design research methodologies because we want to be really innovative and really transform where the program is going. So what we did was we took the insights that the group had been developing over the last week. We sorted them into a number of different categories. We had 13 different categories, and that was really the foundation in which we were going to use to go out and talk to the end user. We have 4 different teams, and we focused on 3 specific customer segments that had a variety of people within those customer segments, and we also through the process understood that we need to go out there and we need to look at other experts and other people within this kind of space that we're designing. And we brainstormed what is it that is most important to these specific segments, and we created a research plan to go out and talk to those people and to gather that voice of the consumer. The priority here is really understanding what is the context in which we're designing for. So as it stands right now, the teams have their plan. They know who they're going to talk to. They use the information that they've gathered over the last few weeks to create their guides for what they're going to talk to their consumers with. And they're out there gathering knowledge, and next week we're going to bring that all in and create a core analysis as a team.
Okay, so you've heard this week that our project team is out in the field talking to students, people who are educators, and people who are involved in the career services world. On Monday, they're going to be back and we're going to go through an analysis process and tune in next week for the results and the directions that we've identified.